the most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $100,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
Welcome back once again, ladies and gentlemen. Turn 3 Racing Network, the OP Racing SuperSpeedway Cup, presented to you by 4X Graphics. 4X Graphics jumping on board with the OP Racing SuperSpeedway series. So that is a great partnership in the making as we sit high above. Look at that track all the way down there. Daytona looks very, very pretty from high above. Want to thank each and every one of you for joining us here tonight. I am Dave with my good friend Dan right beside me, the postman, delivering it all. How you doing out there tonight?
I'm well, Dave. How are you this evening, sir?
I'm chipper. Everything's going good, so you know.
Hey, all right. Nothing to complain about that. Fresh off a World of Outlaws visit this past Sunday. So excited to see some super speedway cars here. And boy, that picture up there that we're seeing on the big screen, Jumbotron, looks absolutely beautiful. How's the weather today?
The weather looks absolutely lovely out there. 77 degrees ambient temperature. Track, I believe, somewhere right around the 99 degrees or so. So not too hot. Gonna get a little bit slick as these drivers put some rubber down, but all in all, looks like a pretty good evening. No clouds really in the air that look like rain, but it is Daytona, so you never know. You might just get one of those pop-ups, and yeah, we're going to get set to start race number 2 here in the season, Dan. So very, very long way to go for these drivers. We did see Robert Duvendak take the win last week, so a great start for him. He's going to put himself into the chase very early in the season, so look for some driver strategy to possibly change out there tonight for him and his teammates.
Absolutely. And Travis Elliott coming up second last week with a strong run from 31st. So we're going to expect to see a lot out of him today. I'm sure they've made a lot of preparations coming from Talladega to Daytona. So let's see what these guys have for us. Just kind of watching a few drivers here in practice. Cody Ober's coming in here at the top spot during practice. So he's currently doing his thing out there. So a couple of other guys we're going to watch tonight. I'm going to keep my eye on Hunter Reynolds and, of course, the Hall of Famer Rick Seabrans there. So we'll see how these guys do tonight. Beautiful weather we have, though.
Yeah, and just moments ago, we seen some of the drivers out there pack racing and getting 3 wide. So already testing the waters late here in the happy hour, as we've only got about a minute and a half before we switch on over and head down into qualifying, see who can grab that coveted point for the fastest qualifier here. So points go a long way. We mentioned last week's race winner, Robert Duvendak. However, he's not sitting on the top of the point standings right now. The man sitting on top of the point standings, sitting on top of the speed charts right now, Cody Ober. Stage points matter. I mean, it's not a joke, not to be joking, no pun intended there, but seriously, every single point matters.
Absolutely. Passing points, stage wins points, everything goes into effect with these big series races like this. So, you know, these guys are going to be working hard, digging hard, elbows up on the wheel, fighting for every single inch they can get.
That they are, and it looks like happy hour's coming to a close. Only about 30 seconds remaining, so we're going to let these drivers get back around to pit road, and they'll strap up and get ready to go all out, really. I mean, you just nail the throttle and go. It's pretty self-explanatory, huh?
Yeah, absolutely. Pin it to win it, man. Hope for the best.
All right, so we'll give these drivers just a moment to finish their laps here as things switch on over. Not going to go anywhere, just going to sit here and hang tight. Look at the beautiful sky up back there in the background. This may be a race that ends in the nighttime, so look for that sun setting. Maybe plays with the drivers a little bit.
Yeah, once the sun starts to set, we might see a little shadow on portions of the track here, which may cool the track down, may give these drivers a little advantage, may hurt a few guys. Track temperature is kind of steadily on the rise here, being in the sun, so it's right about 95 right now. So we might see that go down once the sun starts to set.
Yeah, and it looks like we've got a few drivers on track already, Dan, for this qualifying session, but none looking like they're in a hurry, so to speak. Eric Carline, there you see him still on the apron, just kind of taking it easy around. Rick Greenway, he seems to be the driver out there running the fastest at this point in time, but doesn't look like anybody's too concerned with this up to speed lap.
Yeah, I would probably be not too concerned myself. 200 mile an hour is pretty fast for this old boy, so maybe just trying to get settled in, trying to feel the car a little bit, and seeing what kind of feelings we're getting from these conditions in the racetrack.
And now we've got a few other drivers out there: Travis Elliott, Cody Ober, Anthony English, Rob Connors, Dustin Barber out there as well, Rodney Cobb, Jeff Wyatt, Josh Milam out there as well. So look for the speed charts, the pylon, to get populated very early. Oh, very close right there was Travis Elliott to that outside wall. He's on a flyer right now on his first time lap. So look for that speed to get pretty nice as he crosses the line here in about 20 seconds or so. A little bit ahead of the game, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. Running about 45 seconds a lap here, so we should see some times that are absolute flyers here. And like you said, Travis Elliott, the 51 WeMac Sun King Brewery car on an absolute flyer coming into the stripe here very shortly.
Let's see where that puts Elliott. Only good enough for fourth right now for the first time laps. Rick Greenway sitting in third. Josh Milam second on the board. Derek Conley jumping to the top. Now Ernie Williams going to take that spot away. James Mayer still yet to turn in his time lap. Rodney Cobb, Aspen Belvin, Andrew Schroeder. A lot of drivers out there still. Ben Mashburn, Hunter Reynolds, Jimmy Reynolds. None of those drivers turning in their time lap just yet. So a lot of action out there on the track.
Keeping an eye on the 52 of Randall Cobb here. He turned a pretty nice practice session lap there. His quickest lap in practice was 44.264. So I'm on my backup timing and scoring right now, Dave. So we'll just have to see what this gives us and see what these drivers can throw down.
Yeah, that we will. And it's getting about halfway to the halfway point here. 10 minutes in qualifying. Drivers still got about 7, and it's going to take you all of about 3.5 minutes to go out there and actually put down your fastest lap. Usually being your second lap, so look for these timing and scoring slots to change. And once again, look at that, just like last week, Jimmy Crow, Logan Hilton, both of those drivers right up at the top of the speed charts. Ooh, and Rodney Cobb having a little bit of a moment there, skating through the grass. That was a little bit of a oh boy, as we join Jimmy Crow in his time lap. I believe he's actually slowing down now. Both of his laps turned in. Let's see who else is out there. Mark Mann, Batman himself, jumping out of the Batmobile and into the Back to Blue car. So hats off to Batman out there once again. Long story behind that, but yeah.
We'll save that one for another time, man.
Yeah, maybe another time.
I do like that paint scheme on that car, Mark Manns. That's a wonderful thing. Having a police officer in my own family, that car means a lot. So.
Yeah, it looks like he scraped the wall a little bit there, so I'm not sure if this time lapse gonna go in the books or not, but he will still have his second time lapse, so we'll stick with this 04 as he makes his way around the track. Donald Stewart, still no time for him. Alex Green out on his first time lap. David Booth also. Randall Cobb still waiting to turn in that second time lap.
Donald Stewart crosses the line there. I did not get a time on him. My timing and scoring is just, I guess it's my turn for the technical glitches today.
Well, I mean, I tell you what, I love you, brother, but I'd rather you have him than me. Just saying. Just saying.
Absolutely.
35 of Doug Rice also out there on his first time lap. Hunter Reynolds right there as well. That 26 turns in his second time lap to take quick time here at Daytona. 47.54 on the board for Hunter Reynolds. And Jimmy Crow actually had a 47.54 as well, so a tie there. But they are giving it to Hunter Reynolds, so that's a very interesting little deal. That's got to be within a few hundreds or thousandths of a second.
An eyelash, as we were speaking about last week's race, you know, that finish was absolutely, whew, that was a tight one.
Yes, it was. And looking around the track, trying to see if we can't see anybody else that's out there qualifying. Looks like the 18 of Mark Vega and his, I guess that's a Kyle Busch kind of theme car, that Skittles paint scheme Toyota Camry. So, yeah, kind of reminds me of, you know, Kyle. Not the cool Kyle that runs dirt either. The other Kyle.
Oh, the other Kyle.
The other Kyle.
It's a nice looking paint scheme on Mark's car there, so absolutely.
Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah. I mean,
that's one of my favorite things about race cars is some guys come up with the greatest graphics you've ever seen, and then, you know, they're in the wall and ruin somebody's day.
Absolutely. And you talked about him earlier in the evening. We'll jump on board now with Rick Seabrans and his familiar blue Yeti paint scheme. That 4 is known for that. He's been coined kind of the Richard Petty of OP racing. So kind of fits the kind of Petty blue. It's Seabrans blue.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with Petty blue, Seabrans blue. I mean, Hall of Famer kind of goes right in there with each other. So I like that. That's a good analogy there, Dave, I think.
Rick, when you go back and watch this, go look up your paint scheme color and copyright it. Get paid off of that, son. Get paid. Just saying.
Hey man, times are hard for these iRacing boys. This stuff ain't free, man.
Looking at Seabrans enter turn 3 here, he's still on the high side, so that means he's still on his first timed lap out there. So look for him to try to put down a flyer late. Let's see if anybody else is out there. Looks like Dave Hunt is slowing coming to pit road. Sean Stevens also out there on track in his 27 machine. Daniel Harrington also out on the track. So only 3 drivers out there yet to put in their qualifying time, and that will be 34 of our 36 drivers putting in a timed lap. I don't think I have ever seen this many drivers qualify at a plate race.
Oh, my apologies there, Dave. I had a little hiccup. Got a little drink stuck in the back of my throat there. But yes, 36 cars here this evening. That's what you said?
Yeah, 36 drivers out there, and we're going to end up with 35 of them actually putting in a time lap already. So that's pretty amazing in itself.
Yeah, 36 cars, 200 miles an hour. We're going to be watching this one. Absolutely. We might even get the VCR, DVR. I'm old school. I still use a VCR. You know, hey.
No, man, you got to put it in the cloud.
Why would I put it in the cloud? It's supposed to, the clouds mean rain. Racing and rain don't mix, Dave. Come on.
That's all right. When you're at home, you can make it rain.
Oh, boy.
Rick Seabrand's not going to the top of the speed charts. Going to stop at around the 22nd position. So tough break for Seabrand's. Not able to knock off Hunter Reynolds at the top of the speed chart. So Reynolds will secure your pole position here tonight for the Turn 3 250 here from Daytona International Speedway. We're going to step away from the mic for just a moment, head down trackside for the playing of the national anthem. Don't go anywhere. We will be right back.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly
nothing beats the sight of jets going overhead before we get to green flag racing, Danny. Or, oops, I usually call you Dan, but Danny, you know, whatever. I'll let it slip this time.
You know.
Driver's ready to go. I'm ready to go, fumbling over my words. So, yeah, just expect that to continue on happening tonight. You know how it is with me. I'm not so bright all the time. But anyways, your starting lineup for tonight's Turn 3 250 here at Daytona International Speedway. Lining up inside row pole position, the 26 of Hunter Reynolds. Lining up in second to his outside, the 16 of Jimmy Crow. Second row, Randall Cobb and Logan Helton. Row number 3, the 40 of Anthony English and the 95 of James Mayer. Row number 4, the 7 of Josh Milam and the 04 of Mark Mann. Row number 5, the 10 of Robert Duvendak and the 27 of Sean Stevens.
Row number 6, the 28 of Derek Conley. At his outside, the number 8 of Cody Ober. Row number 7, the 02 of David Overstreet. On the outside of row number 7, the 77 of David Booth. Row number 8, the inside, Mr. Daniel Holloway. On to his outside, the 82 of Dan Harrington. Travis Elliott to the inside of row 9 in the 51. Les Levy on the outside of row number 9 in the 62 machine. Inside of row number 10, the 17 of Jimmy Reynolds. On the outside of row 10, Mark Vega in the 18 machine.
Lining up row number 11, the 86 of Jeff Wyatt in the 4 of Rick Seabrands. Starting row 12, the 44 of Randall Cobb and the 78 of Donald Stewart. Starting 25th, because I forget what row we're in now, the 53 of Dave Hunt. Starting 26th, Andrew Schroeder. 27th, Ben Mashburn. 28th will be Eric Carline. Lining up 29th will be the 91 of Ernie Williams. And the 151 of Rick Greenway will round out the top 30.
Row 16, the 6 of Dustin Barber. On the outside, Rob Connors in the 00 machine. Alex Green on the inside of row 17 in the 15. The 84 of Aspen Belvin on outside of row number 17, excuse me. Row 18 inside, the 35 of Doug Rice. I like that car, it's purple. 24 Will Weber on the outside of row number 18. Row 19, Jamie Jessup.
And just as we're getting the starting lineup in, there we go. Green flag in the air here at Daytona International Speedway. Stage number 1 underway. Your race leader, Hunter Reynolds, got a great jump. Randall Cobb right there behind him. Anthony English, third car, inside row.
I have to adjust my cameras here, Dave. Here we go, yes. Big push from that outside row with the 16 of Jimmy Crow. The master and student, as we talked about last week, giving each other a little bump and love around there.
Oh, yeah, and they took it 3 wide for a moment and around the outside of, I believe that is the 52 of Randall Cobb that got freight trained by that duo of Jimmy Crow and the kid Logan Helton. They went right on around, jumped right down to lead that second lane. Look for those two drivers to continue to work with each other. As it's still very early here in stage number 1. Only lap 2 now in the book, so very long way to go. And we've got our top 20 all still lined up side by side, halfway down the backstretch.
We've made it a little further into this stage than we did last week. So different track, different preparations. I think the season starting nerves are gone here, and we are going to be in for a good green flag session here.
The start of this one looks a little bit calmer than the start of the last one, as these drivers still 2 and 3 wide, a little bit further back in the pack, right around the 20th, the 22nd spot, 2 and 3 wide back there, still racing hard for position very early here at Daytona International Speedway. Field double file from third on back, and Hunter Reynolds continuing to lead the field. Looks like we're looking at a 3 wide situation right here at the front. No, they're going to squeeze back to 2 wide. Thought better of it as Reynolds continues to lead that inside lane, but now to his outside. Anthony English jumping out, grabbing that top spot.
I must be a little behind here.
Nah, you should be all right. Coming to lap number 5 now, lap number 4, actually. I can't count. We all know that. I run out of fingers very, very early.
Well, just because you got 3 on your left hand doesn't mean you can't recount and get to 6, Dave. So.
All right, and then I go to the other hand. And somehow I'm the one that's always wrong.
Well, you know, not everybody's perfect. At least you got somebody like me with math as their strong suit.
Yeah, sometime, some way, somehow we'll figure it out. Where there's a world, there's a way. Hey, I'm Dave World, so that works for me. Oh, driver down on the apron. Big moment there for Jeff Wyatt as he went way down off the track. Car shot sideways, didn't hit anything, but he is behind the 8 ball now, all the way in the rear of the field. That's going to be a tough one to make back up.
Things are getting a little crazy up front here too. The 16 of Jimmy Crow's looking for somewhere to go. Then Josh Milan kind of stepped out of line there for a second, kind of looked to get around Hunter Reynolds on the outside there, and just went over and stepped right back in line.
And the problem is there's nowhere really for you to go. Unless you duck 3 wide, outside or in the middle, it's really hard to push and keep the temperatures in check and not pop the engine very early, because I mean when you get down to the last portion, the last lap of the race, you forget about oil temp, you forget about water temp, but this early you got to keep poking that nose out. And some drivers, when you think you're about to go 3 wide, big things can happen. And it looks like we've got most of the field still all in this huge pack. I mean, there is only about 2 seconds separating first all the way back to 30th. So all these drivers on it 3 wide now for a moment. Cars ducking back in line on that outside lane.
Yeah, stepping out of line and getting that nose in some clean air. As we see a couple cars get down on the apron here, we can see some pit stops here, Dave.
It looks like we've got green flag pit stops underway. Josh Milan, Hunter Reynolds, Derek Conley, Randall Cobb, Rodney Cobb, Doug Rice, all of those drivers on to pit road. So it looks like FSR Fuel Sim Racing and a few other teams may be working together here just a little bit on some fuel strategy, bringing close to 10 drivers down to pit road. So that's going to be a nice pack when they come back out on the track. So look for them to be very fast when they rejoin the field.
Yeah, that's going to be a big part of their strategy there, having those guys pitting with their team and with other members of other teams as well. So they'll have plenty of help, should be able to catch this lead pack as we see more drivers a little further back in the field coming to pit road as well.
Yeah, more drivers hitting pit road that time by. Not as big of a pack, but more nonetheless. Looks like it's about 5 cars that hit pit road that time by. So just about half the numbers that hit pit road the first time. And you know, Dan, I kind of like this strategy of pitting early. I mean, you're not going to go down a lap. Usually here at Daytona, you will not go down a lap when you hit the green flag pit stop at speed. So even if a caution comes out here, we have seen stage cautions before. If a caution comes out here, you're kind of still okay. You don't have to come back down the pit road. You got enough gas to make it to the end. So you kind of get that track position back anyway.
Yeah, and if a few teams took some tires as well, stage wins are important for championship points and things like that. So if you got fresher tires, you know, caution comes out, something like that, you're ahead of the game here.
And it actually looks like some of these drivers taking left side tires, stops only right around the 6-second mark in their pit boxes. So very, very quick on and off the pit road, and that's something that this lead pack is going to have to counter. Not sure if any of the crew chiefs have got a stopwatch down there to kind of communicate with their drivers what went on with the other drivers' pit stops, but I mean we're close to the halfway point here in stage number 1. Stage caution will come out at the completion of lap 25, so we're right at the 10-lap mark here. I don't know the strategy. I don't know the long game, if it's 18 to 21 laps maybe. I don't know, but the drivers that already pitted, Dan, they're sitting pretty for the rest of this stage.
Absolutely, as my timing and scoring goes nuts again here.
Yeah, and sometimes, Dan, that's just cars having some some connection issues. Right now, looks like the 40 of Anthony English kind of in and out. Even on my time in scoring there, you see him just in front of James Mayer up there. So English having a little bit of connection issues. Everybody else seems to be fine as we're 3 wide at the front of the field. Duvendak, English, Crow Jr. all right there fighting for that top spot.
Yeah, I think we're going to see some guys here start to making some moves toward this, working lap 11 here. It's getting kind of close toward the end of this stage. We got about 10 laps to go, being 25 at the end of the stage on the completion of lap 25 anyway. So Logan Helton making a run on the outside. Getting pushed by Robert Duvendak here, so we're going to see some fireworks here shortly, Dave. You can try to get the stage win. A couple of these drivers going to buy some points here.
Yeah, no, I mean, that's when we've always seen the action slowly build up. It's kind of like sitting down in the Keys and looking out in the ocean as we've got Cody Ober and a lot more drivers hitting pit road. Only about 4 that time, actually. Looks like 6 drivers in total hitting pit road that time by Cody Ober, Sean Stevens, Daniel Holloway, Alex Green, Mark Vega, all on track this time by. But as I was saying, it's like watching that hurricane just get closer and closer. You know it's coming, the intensity's building, and then what breaks loose.
Yeah, the same thing when you're kind of out hunting wildlife. You see that big giant buck across the field over there. Just hoping he makes his way over to you, and as soon as he starts walking toward you, your heart starts thumping a little faster, a little faster.
If somebody's heart's thumping, it's Logan Helton. He was into turn 3. Looked like Duvendak was pushing a little bit too hard on the entry, got him a little bit squirrely. They kept it together, kept the momentum, and now Duvendak looks to the outside of the kid. Ooh, it looks like he's going to get freight trained out on that outside. Here comes Duvendak, help from English. Jimmy Crow dropping down to help Helton. He's got the numbers on the bottom, but the top is on the move. Duvendak has the spot halfway down the backstretch. English clears as well.
Yeah, student in the master there. That's running in 3rd place and looks about like 5th. Getting ready to come to pit road here. Logan Helton, Jimmy Crow. Who's our 3rd guy there on pit road?
Looks like Robert Duvendak also hit pit road that time. Oh, actually, no, he's leading the race now. Oops. Wrong color, wrong car. That was Logan Helton actually going down pit road.
Mm-hmm.
And my eyes be playing tricks on me sometimes.
It happens. It happens. These cars are going so fast, man. We're way up here in the control tower, so we have to use binoculars, and they're going so fast. Sometimes we can't even make out the car anymore. So,
in trouble very early here for that 18 Skittles Toyota Camry. Mark Vega falling 1 lap down. Not scored the first car 1 lap down. Ben Mashburn has that right now, but Mark Vega unfortunately going down a lap very early. But we do have the stage break coming up at the completion of lap 25, so another 10 laps to go. If he can keep himself or get in front of Mashburn, that'll do wonders for his race here. It's tough to come back from a lap down.
something happened to Duvendak right in the middle of turns 1 and 2 there. I don't know if he got loose and saved it, but he was falling back, stepping back in the line now behind the 22 though. So I'll have to talk with him a little bit later if we get an opportunity and see what happened there.
Yeah, and it looks like we've got more drivers to pit road this time. Rick Seabrand, Mark Mann staying out on track. James Mayer, Robert Duvendak, Anthony English still being scored as your leader. James Mayer right there on his rear bumper. So your top four clear of the field, clear of the pack. But it's not all said and done yet. These drivers still have to hit pit road. So I'm not really sure who's going to come out with the lead here.
It's a coin flip at this point.
Yeah, I mean, Hunter Reynolds right now is actually leading the pack, the second pack of cars that have already pitted. They're about 27 seconds or so behind this lead pack here. So positions are definitely going to change. I just want to see how big of an advantage they have after pitting at least 10 laps earlier than the rest of the field. Oh, big moment there as, I believe that was Alex Green, maybe, the 15. I believe that was down through the apron right there. Big trouble for him. Actually, no, that might have been the 19 of Eric Carline.
Did not see that. So many cars around the speedway here. But
Yeah,
as you were saying earlier, with the pit stop strategy coming into play, I think the guys that pit a little bit later, if they have the opportunity to catch this lead pack, which it looks like they're going to be about right on the money to catch these guys. I believe they're going to have the advantage with fresher tires.
And it looks like maybe some of these drivers may have ended up with some pit road penalties, because we're seeing some big names here caught one lap down. 31st position, Jimmy Crow. He was up there battling for the race lead. He finds himself in the lucky dog position right now. So maybe some trouble for some of these drivers on pit road, because Hunter Reynolds, he came to pit road. Now he finds himself running in the 7th position, leading the second pack of cars. So you got to watch them scoring lines. The officials don't play.
No, they do not. They're like a mean math teacher, Dave.
I never had a mean math teacher.
Huh. Just didn't like math? They were just not that good at it.
I ain't that not no good. I didn't like English either. Oh boy. Anyways,
can we check in on our fuel simulation drivers here real quick? See how they're running?
yeah. Let's see who we got out there. Derek Connolly. Where's Derek Connolly running right now? Ooh, Lord. Having trouble finding him on the timing and scoring.
It looks like he's about 16th position here.
Yeah, in the, I believe he's in that second group of cars that have already pitted. Most of fuel sim racing. Yeah, see, I'm a little dyslexic at it too. You never know what's going to come out of my mouth. I mean, I'm one of those guys you just got to look at out of the corner of your eye and be like, don't do it. Oh, triple contact. Drivers going around. Ooh, that's going to bring out our first caution here tonight at Daytona International Speedway. Looks like Jimmy Crow may have been involved in that one. A few other drivers also involved, so we'll take a look back here. Looks like Jimmy Crow has his car righted in the right direction. So we'll go back, see what happened here.
A lot of drivers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 that I see just inside before the start finish line here. That was big calamity there.
And that's what it looks like through turn 3. Drivers getting sideways. Oh. Hard impact to the inside wall. Not sure what car number that was, but ooh, that hurt me.
Probably rung his bell a little bit there.
Wow, that's one of the ones you just sit there for a minute before you say anything. You're just like, ow. Well, this is going to put an interesting little spin on the end of stage number 1. We'll go back green flag racing right at about that lap 25 mark. So are the league admins, the race control, going to extend the stage here for a green-white checkered finish in the stage? Or are we going to go ahead and call this one? We'll wait, let them sort things out, let the timing and scoring get sorted out. We'll give you the information as we get the information. But under caution for the first time here tonight at Daytona International Speedway, you can hear some of the drivers' engines expiring back in the background, and that's a tough look. Definitely going to have to use one of those fast repairs very early. I myself would never really want to use one this early in the race, but sometimes you just got to do what you got to do. It looks like Jamie Jessup in his 39 machine, that looks like the car that blew the top there.
Yeah, saving your equipment is probably one of the most important things you can do. Like we said earlier, alluded to the car temperatures and oil temperatures and things like that with cars stepping out of line, under full power. These guys are going to try to focus on getting these points. And to do that, you have to have a car to get those points. So it's unfortunate we had a caution this earlier, but race control is probably going to try to get this to do a green-white checkered here for this stage and let these guys fight this out, hopefully.
Yeah, I'd love to see a green-white checkered finish to the end of stage number 1, but you know who wouldn't? The man sitting at the front of the field right now, Hunter Reynolds, he's not going to be a fan of a green-white checkered here. He'd much rather just ride this one on out, have the caution, have the competition caution, the stage-ending caution, and collect the points, head back down pit road, get some tires, and then go out there and try to see if he can't make his way up through the field in stage number 2. I know that's what I'd be. No, we're good. We're good. Just call it here. Just call it here.
Yeah, just let her go, guys. It'll be fine. I'll buy you a couple beers afterwards. You know, it'll be okay. Just, I mean, I don't blame the guy. I'd want this to just go ahead and call this stage right here, and let's go have a steak afterwards.
Yeah, it's kind of funny, isn't it? As a race car driver, if you're in the first position, you're screaming everything you can. It's done. We're good right here. That's it. No more. But if you're second to the rest, oh no, we got to restart this. We got to restart this. It's an amazing mindset how it flips that easily.
Yeah, especially the guy in second going, I can pass this guy. I just need 2 more corners.
Oh lordy. Pace truck lights are out, and you know something, Dan? I gotta give a big shout out to the OP Racing SuperSpeedway admins. Me and KR fussed race after race about getting that, I don't even know what you call it, that used to bring us around the track under caution, the Ford Buttstain pace car. We wanted rid of it, and now look at that. I got the truck just like we always wanted.
All right. I believe that's a Chevy Silverado.
Yeah, Silverado, you know, tomatoes, all of that good, great stuff. And Hunter Reynolds, man, I tell you what, he's that was a pretty slick move he had right there. He pitted early, stayed out right here during this caution. He's going to have control of the restart. The inside lane is usually the most prevalent in the early stages of a restart. So it looks like he's got himself in the catbird seat, if you will, but I'd keep my eye on somebody like Aspen Belvin here when we get back to green flag racing. That third position can bring some excitement.
You know, I always pick the guy on the outside of road number 2. You know, sprint car racing, dirt track racing, when the feature starts, that guy on the outside of road number 2, that's my pick. I'm going with Daniel Holloway on this restart for the stage win.
Drivers coming to the restart line for the first time here, or actually second. Oh, and no, looks like we're gonna stay under caution here. So I believe this may be the end of stage number 1. Still no word from the race officials just yet. So we'll go around one more time, and we'll see what happens then, I guess.
Yeah, hopefully that's the lottery ticket that Hunter Reynolds wanted right there.
I'm taking him to Vegas if it is.
Amen. Get a couple free championship points there and move on to the next one.
I wonder, would you rather start inside row car number 3 or outside row car number 2?
Outside row car number 2. All the way.
Off the wall question. You know, just sitting here looking at these beautiful machines come down the backstretch and into turn 3 and just random moment.
You know, I test drove a couple of these cars during our 6-day break here since last week, and that guy in the outside row of the second row, or even third row for that matter, you have the option to see where everybody else goes. A, because you're higher on the track. B, because you're further back, and you have that option as the pace truck pulls off here. Let's bring us to green, Dave.
Green flag flies once again for the end of stage number 1. Hunter Reynolds with a good push from that 84 of Aspen. Belvin outside lane, falling to the wayside just a little bit, being led by Randall Cobb. Cobb not able to get there down into turn number 1 side by side for the second place as Belvin continues to push Reynolds out of turn number 2.
Yeah, Randall may have spun the tires there a little bit on the restart, but he's got a good push from Daniel Holloway there, as well as the 40 of Anthony English. So we'll see what these guys got for these guys on the inside lane here coming in turn number 3.
Oh, it sounds like maybe an engine expired in the background as the drivers were coming around right there, looking at time and scoring. Nobody slow, or significantly slow, I should say, as we got 2 separate packs developing with Hunter Reynolds at the front of the field, leading the race right now. Possibly 1 to go. Caution comes out. That's going to give stage number 1 to the driver of that 26, Hunter Reynolds. So not only is he a Hall of Famer, a pole winner, but he's also a stage winner.
Good win for him. Gonna give a lot of confidence going into stage 2, and especially when we get into the long stage 3 here toward the end of the race. That'll get the monkey off your back, so to speak.
And I wonder if any of these drivers that just pitted, do you stay out here, or do you come down and get fuel? I mean, fuel mileage has slowly worked its way into restrictor plate racing, especially here in the OP Racing SuperSpeedway Cup presented by 4X Graphics. You want all the gas you can get, and you want to pit as soon as you can. So do you come down and top off each and every time?
I say you definitely top off each and every time, just for the simple fact that if there is a long green flag run, but you also definitely have to pick your tire strategy at the right exact moment. Technically, you're rolling the dice every time you come to lane because you never know what's going to happen. This is iRacing.
This is very, very, very true. You never quite know what you're going to get, even if you've raced with the guys week in and week out. Just sometimes you said it best. Just you never know what you're going to get.
Yeah, box of chocolates.
There you go. I was about to say, where's Forrest in the box of chocolates? But
I'm sure he's a super speedway fan. I really do think he would be if he had the. He's probably Grand Marshal of this race, and we don't even know it.
That very well could be. I mean, we do got the Ricky Bobby Foundation for people that want to go fast as a sponsor for Les Levy's car. So, hey, it's possible. As Hunter Reynolds does come down pit road, looks like most of the lead lap cars are going to come down pit road. Few drivers are going to have to take a wave around here as multiple cars were caught up in some speeding penalties on pit road through the green flag pit stops in stage number 1. And I tell you what, we're going to step away for a brief commercial break. We'll be right back. Try to get some words with your stage 1 winner, Hunter Reynolds.
We got big time problems with that motor, buddy. Hey, just between you and me, the idea is to avoid the other cars. Congratulations! You just set the sport back 30 years with that move. That move will put you in the Hall of Shame. You keep doing stuff like that and we're going to lose our sponsor. Looks like that's it for us today. Now I know why you got canned by your old team. It's over. We can't fix that damage. You'll need a tow back to pit lane. Press and hold your reset button and we'll come and get you.
Thanks for staying with us here on Turn 3 Racing Network. You're looking at the man himself, driver of that 26 machine, pole winner and stage 1 winner, Hunter Reynolds. It's Dave and Dan in the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir. How you doing?
I'm doing great. You're doing grand. Stage 1 win. What's up, Spider-Man? I like that little fire suit you got.
Hey, thanks. I appreciate it. I got my helmet painted up like Venom too. Figured it just look cool, you know. I figured I'd pick it up.
Yeah, that's one of the more interesting ones I've seen here. Man, great start to the race. What do you think the chances are you can go out there, win stage number 2, and maybe sweep the entire day?
You know, I don't know. We're kind of doing some fuel calculations here, so we'll have to see what goes down. But as long as I can stay up front, stay out of the wrecks, we'll be in pretty good shape here.
All right, well, the pace truck lights are off, so we'll let you go get back to all the racing action and the crew chief and all that. You want to give any shout-outs, thank yous, love yous before we let you go?
Yes, sir. Thanks to Aspen for pushing me there, brought my team into FSR. You guys are doing the broadcast, Turn 3, everyone watching, and we appreciate you guys.
All right, good luck. Elbows up, bud.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Well, Hunter Reynolds, that was a great fire suit. I'm not even gonna lie. That was absolutely awesome, man. Spider-Man with a Venom helmet. Awesome job, Hunter Reynolds, on the pole and stage win. In stage number 1, drivers side by side. Randall Cobb leading Hunter Reynolds to the line. Cobb back on the gas. Green flag flies once again here at Daytona International Speedway. Field still side by side. We're going to see this side by side all night long.
I'm just wondering if Hunter choosing the outside lane was part of his strategy there.
I don't know. I don't really know at the start of a stage that your starting position, your starting lane is too important. You've still got a long way to go before the end of stage number 2, all the way to lap number 50. So we've still got 21 laps to go. So you don't have to be quite as worried about your positioning, I don't think, here at the start of stage number 2.
Yeah, you know, being up front is a good thing to be there. We saw him just coming off of turn 4 there, you know, kind of making a good run with the outside of Anthony English pushing him. He jumped right out to the front there, so maybe he knows something that nobody else does.
And maybe just having the ability to hit the gas that fraction of a second sooner. He thought he could keep the momentum up at a 2 and slide down in front, and that's what he was able to do. Anthony English now pushing him into turn number 3. Outside lane starting to fizzle out just a little bit. Derek Conley right there with Aspen Belvin, his 84 machine. Great showing so far early here for Aspen Belvin, running right there inside of your top 6, knocking on the door of the top 5 as the rest of the field single file down there on that double yellow line.
And we saw that 84 Aspen Belvin right there at the end of last week's race. So I imagine fortunately he got caught up in the late race accident there and kind of set him toward the back. But, you know, about 15 to go last week, he was right up in there.
And I tell you what, while we've got a chance, while we've got the opportunity, while everybody's grouped up together, you ask for it, you want it, you got it. Let's throw it down trackside for some sights and sounds with your turn it up if I can ever find the button. There it is. We'll go trackside now. I'll shut up. Sights and sounds. Here we go. When I do the crank it up, you can't talk. Shh. I'll tell you when. and unfortunately some mic issues, problems, and yeah, you guys got all of that on the stream. So yeah, for some reason, audio's not working properly for me here tonight. Wouldn't you know, never fails, it's always something. So unfortunately, crank it up, turn it up, not working here for us tonight here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. We still got the sights and the cameras, but the mics just don't seem to want to cooperate.
I apologize for that. That's on the technical glitch there. I'm pretty sure that those bugs and things come over through the internet from your machine to my machine tonight.
Well, I'm glad you got them.
Yeah, as long as the guys on fans and things on YouTube are enjoying the show, that's all that matters. I'll deal with the glitches myself. I got broad shoulders. I can handle it.
Well, looks like Hunter Reynolds dropping back to that third spot now. Derek Connolly leading the field. Aspen Belvin pushing him to the front, now leading that outside lane. He's still got help from Daniel Holloway. And what about Holloway, man? Out there, congratulations to you and your wife-to-be, Amanda Holloway. Popping the question. She said yes. Hats off. Congratulations, my man. I've been married for about 13 years, and it's been fun. It's not as bad as people tell you. No, just seriously, man, congratulations. And I hope maybe that gives you a little bit of luck coming out here tonight at Daytona. Maybe that 21 machine can visit Victory Lane.
You know, I really would have expected him almost not to be here. You know, honeymoon and, you know, I mean, it's just a testament to a good race car driver life right there. You know, honey, you go race. We'll take our honeymoon after the season's over.
Oh, that would be awesome. Anyhow, field back through the tri-oval, now coming across pit exit. Looks like they're catching up with a few cars now. Going to put them a lap down, 2-3 wide. David Booth, Donald Stewart being scored as the first cars one lap down. We've still got 24 out of the 36 cars on the lead lap, but we're still going to have at least one more caution for the end of stage number 2 as Aspen Belvin with a big surge from the push by Holloway.
There he is. We spoke about him earlier, and he's right up in the front.
Yeah, right there, knocking on the door, looking to the outside of Belvin. Now goes Holloway, gonna duck back down behind the 84. They'll stay side by side with the inside line across the stripe to begin lap 38 out of the 100 scheduled in tonight's official race distance. A lot of drivers right here in this pack of the lead. All of the cars, even the lap down cars, they're all right here in this big pack.
Big pack racing. That's why we love these super speedways, Dave.
Yeah, some people, it's a love or hate relationship really at super speedway tracks. A lot of drivers hate them. I particularly, I love them. It's so much fun to be sideways through the center of a corner and have a car on the inside and outside of you and still have enough wiggle room to really just go out there and just lay it all on the line.
Yeah, that's exactly what these guys are doing too. You know, speeds of 200 plus miles an hour. And I get goosebumps just thinking about it.
Yeah, that time by actually at the line. Daniel Holloway was clocked at 2:02. So the speeds are there. The speeds are really there.
That's fast. You ever been 200 miles an hour, Dave?
I thought I was, but then the cop told me it was only 93.
Oh. I bet you go 200 miles an hour from the last stuff there, don't you?
Yeah, I mean, I might break the sound barrier.
Right.
Looks like we've got a few drivers heading down pit road. Aspen Belvin, Travis Elliott, Jimmy Reynolds, Josh Milam, all coming to pit road. Looks like they're not going to have enough fuel to make it to the end. Robert Dudenbach going to take over the lead of the race down there on the inside line. He has Holloway in tow as Connolly, Mashburn, they try to get the outside lane working. Now pulling side by side with that 10 of Robert Dudenbach.
There's my purple car, number 35. Doug Rice there. I love that color purple. That's the Hoosier Racing Tire purple, Dave.
The Hoosier Racing Tire purple.
Yes, sir.
I would have never known that.
I could give you the color code, but then everybody would think I'm a nerd, and which I am. I'll claim it gladly.
You just said you know what color purple that is. That you're worried about being called a nerd.
Race nerd? Why not?
Sure. Okay. Doug Rice in that Hoosier purple number 35 machine up at the front, unlapping himself the hard way. He gets himself back on the lead lap in front of race leader Ben Mashburn, as well as Robert Dudendack right there trying to keep some of these other drivers behind him. And man, it is a all-out war out there tonight. Drivers almost half of the field, one lap down. So these drivers showing no mercy out there.
Yeah, well, big speedway track like this, Dave, you kind of have to show no mercy. You know, if you get into the back of a guy too hard, you know, it is what it is. Rub and Sons racing. You know, let's go throw it back to Days of Thunder here and Cold Trickle. Unfortunately, a couple guys got caught up in some an accident there in stage one, and you know, it cost them.
Yeah, and I'm not so sure some of these drivers would like to relive some of the scenes of Days of Thunder. There's a few in there that didn't turn out so well.
You're right.
But I bet you each one of them would love to have those match perfect and staggered straight tires out there on their machines just to pin it down and go all out. Because, I mean, we're getting to that point right here. You're going to see a lot of close racing coming to the end of stage number 2 here. We're on lap 43. Stage ending caution going to fly at the completion of lap number 50. And at that point, we'll be halfway through the race. 2 stages in the book. A 50-lap run in the final stage. So we're going to have 2, possibly 3 green flag pit stops that we could see. So things are going to heat up very, very soon here as the drivers only got about 7 laps remaining now, coming off of turn number 2 and back down the backstretch.
The backstretch is one of my favorite places at these super speedway tracks because you never know what's going to happen. Guy could run on the inside, guy could get loose in front of another driver, and then all chaos breaks loose. I love the backstretch just simply because when we go to Talladega and things like that, we like to sit right into the pit road so we can hear the rumble of the downshift. But then you also get that nice drone sound coming from that backstretch. That's one of my favorite things about these super speedway races.
I love seeing what we're seeing too at the front of the field with Doug Rice. He's a lap down, but he was able to fight his way through a little bit of traffic, maintain the race leaders, and pick his way up to the front to put himself back onto the lead lap. He's got Ben Mashburn out there on his outside, and in that 22 machine, the rookie Mashburn up there trying to put him back down a lap, trying to win the stage. So we've got a lot of little incidents going on right now as we've got 5 laps remaining as they cross the line this time by to take lap 46 out of the 100 scheduled here tonight. So, Dan, it's no surprise business picking up.
Yeah, absolutely. Who that was got into the outside wall there, leaving turn 2, but that looked like is that an 02 car? David Overstreet get into the wall there coming up with you.
Looking through timing and scoring, and I believe that's who it was, the 02 of David Overstreet. There you see him just behind Derek Connolly running in that outside lane, not using that inside lane into the wall. Just a hair, no harm, no foul, really. You can beat that back out, no problem, as the front of the field still looks the same. Robert Duvendack now leading the pack as that outside lane suffered with Overstreet hitting the wall. Mashburn falling through the field just a little bit now, running in the 3rd, 4th, 5th, actually 3rd place.
Yeah, it looked like he just got a little bit up out of the groove there and got a little loose and had to lift.
Oh, and looks like the 86 just in front of these drivers up into the outside wall, just a little bit on entry to 3. He's going to stay up there on that high side as we've got more drivers 1 lap down right there in front of him. And oh, drivers hitting pit road. So maybe some of them not being able to go the full distance to the end of stage number 2. And you're almost in a bad spot here. I mean, you're at the point of no return. You can't really go down pit road this time by because you're definitely going to give up those stage points. So now it's all about fuel mileage. It's all about who can keep the draft, stay off the gas. And it looks like Derek Conley, he's got enough to get to the end. Robert Duvendak falling back just a little bit as Holloway's right on his bumper. Going to come around this time to take 2 to go to the end of stage number 2.
Yeah, Rice pulled out of line there to hit pit road, and that checked a lot of guys up. There were 4 or 5 cars there in a group that hit pit road. And one of them went through the infield grass, and Rice himself hit the inside pit wall just trying to get woed up for that. He had an early pit stall too, so tried to get woed up for that and just misjudged it looked like.
And we've still got a lot of drivers out there that are going to push this all the way on 1 tank of fuel here in stage number 2, going to carry it all the way to the end, or we may see quite a few of them run out of gas. I mean, your top 5 still right there with each other. Rick Seabrams, James Mayer, Andrew Schroeder, they're about a second off of this lead pack here. Maybe those 2 drivers trying to save a little bit more fuel than the rest of the guys in front of them as we've got more drivers on the pit road. Oh my goodness, Daniel Holloway, Andrew Schroeder both having to come to pit road, and we've still got a battle for the top spot. Hunter Reynolds, Derek Conley right there leading this field. Going around a few more lap drivers, Randall Cobb and David Booth falling 1 lap now after being up there near the front, Dan, trying to get a stage win. Unfortunately, not going their way. Hunter Reynolds, big move to the outside.
If you were in this position, Dave, where you had half a lap and you know your fuel's low, what's going through your head right now?
Don't lift.
Don't lift.
Yeah, if you lift, it's going to sputter. And Hunter Reynolds out of gas. Robert Duvendak going to steal the stage win here. Oh, my goodness. We stay green flag racing, still caution not coming out just yet. Oh, and contact behind them. Drivers checking up at the front of the field, and contact between a lot of cars. Ernie Williams, Jimmy Reynolds, they crash. We stay green. However, it looks like the caution flag going to fly now. We'll go back, take a look at that hard crash by Ernie Williams real quick as drivers were beginning to check up. There you go. Oh, hard impact to that inside wall.
Kind of going back through the replay system here, Dave. Take a look at who that was that may have run out of fuel. I don't think that was Hunter Reynolds.
That's interesting. Very, very interesting.
That may have been the 28 of Derek Connolly that ran out of fuel.
And you know what? I believe you may be right. I know a lot of drivers taking the opportunity to come to pit road this time by Hunter Reynolds, Anthony English, James Mayer, Rick Seabrams, Robert Duvendak. So all those drivers that pushed the limits, they stayed out. Now they're hitting pit road before pit road's open. They'll take that into the longest line penalty as we will rejoin the field back up at the front. Dave Hunt and his 53 leading the pack right now. Josh Milam just behind him as they catch up to that beautiful Chevy Silverado. Gonna have to wait here for just a brief moment for the official word on the winner of stage number 2 as the field still under caution. Dave Hunt has assumed the race lead after multiple drivers having to hit pit road early for fear of not being able to make it all the way around. Either way, Hunt in a good position. Looks like he's going to come down pit road this time by.
Technical glitches abound for me tonight, Dave. My replay system did not give me the result I was wanting. I'm going to contact the consumer portion of our replay system, see if we can't get that worked out for us.
Yeah, and I mean, I hate to keep beating a dead horse here, and no, PETA, please don't come after me for saying that one. I'd much rather it be you. I hate it. I absolutely hate it, but I'd much rather not have to deal with it over here on my end.
Absolutely, I don't blame you there. I don't like to deal with them myself, but c'est la vie, that's life to our French people watching on YouTube.
Yeah, and as the field continues to get things sorted out, timing and scoring going to get sorted out. We're going to step away for a brief commercial break here on Turn 3 Racing Network. Don't go anywhere. We will be right back with all your green flag racing action here in the OP Racing Super Speedway Cup, presented by 4X Graphics. Back from commercial break. Gotta pay the bills, but I believe they've already been paid, so we're going to cut that commercial, get back to the racing action as the field comes around to begin stage number 3. Green flag flies as drivers cross the line to begin lap 55 out of the 100 scheduled here tonight. Logan Helton has gained the race lead through that stage-ending pit stop. Great job by him and his crew out there getting the job done. He leads Cody over on the inside lane. Travis Elliott falling to the wayside just a little bit on that outside lane. So not really working this outside lane unless the leader is the one that's out there. And just as I say that, surging forward and almost ahead, that outside lane, Elliott and Mark Mann working very well together.
Absolutely, Elliott with a great surge there on the outside line, but beginning to kind of peter out here. You almost have to, in my mind, you almost have to worry about the guy behind you more than you do yourself when you get a big surge like that. You know, is he going to go with me? Do I need to drop down? Do I need to make room for him behind me as well? What do you think about that, Dave? Do you think you worry about the guy behind you more than you do worry about yourself in that situation when you get a big surge on the outside lane like that?
I'm always worried about the driver behind me. Always. even when you're at the front of the field, especially when you're at the front of the field, you're looking in your rear view mirror. I guarantee you we go down here to one of our onboard cameras. As a matter of fact, let's see if we can't go on board now with Rob Connors. He's about mid-pack, and I mean, you can't worry about what's in front of you. You're more so mirror driving, and I can guarantee you once we get to that shot, let's see if we can't find it. His eyes are more than likely going to be glued right there to that rear view mirror, so you're pretty much just mirror driving out there.
Yeah, it's crazy. A lot of these guys don't even look at the track in front of them. You know, you're kind of being pulled along by the car in front of you. Obviously, you have to steer it a little bit, but, you know, like you said, you're looking in that rear view mirror a lot.
Yeah, down the backstretch, perfect example right here. You got your head tilted up just a little bit, keeping your eye on that rear view mirror. You're checking your left side mirror now, going through the center of 3 and 4. Taking another glance out front, making sure you're still where you need to be, lined up with the cars in front of you, and right back up. You see a little slight head movement, checking that rear view mirror. So once again, as we alluded to, drivers keen to what's behind them just as much, if not more, than what's in front of them.
Yeah, during our onboard there, our back to blue driver in the 04 machine, Mark Mann, stepped out of line behind Travis Elliott. Went to the inside there in front of the kid, Logan Helton. Took over the race command there for just a few hundred feet, looked like.
That race lead going short-lived as Travis Elliott gets a huge shove from that 84 of Aspen Belvin. Belvin right back up there at the front of the field. He was right there at the end of stage number 2. Finds himself right there here very early in stage number 3, coming across the line, that time by lap 59. Now still a very long way for these drivers to go. Still about 42 laps or so for these drivers before we'll crown a race winner. But Belvin, big push, and that's going to put Elliott to the bottom of the track with the race lead.
The track temperature has gone down approximately 15 degrees since race start, Dave. The sun has gone down. That's going to give these drivers a little bit of more grip, I think.
There you see it off to the right side of your screen. As Dan has pointed out, the track temp has dropped. The air temp has dropped right about 2 degrees. Track temp dropping a little bit more, 5 or 6 degrees. So night definitely cooling off.
Back in the field.
Yeah, big time trouble for Rodney Cobb. It looks like that 52 machine involved in this latest accident. We'll go back with Cobb as he crashed, but it looks like he's still it's got him labeled as crashed. We'll have to take a look at this. Maybe Alex Green may have been involved as well. Oh, and a lot of drivers. I don't even know what that was, but oh my Lord, look at Alex Green tumble down the track. We'll take another look at that. That was crazy. Enjoying it with the cars already in trouble and just bouncing everywhere over some bumps or something. I don't know what that's all about. Ugh, hard impact with the outside wall. Up flipping. I give it a 10. Let's see if he lands on all fours. It's a 10. Alex Green doing his best Mary Lou Retton impression.
Reminded me a lot of Clint Boyer there at Charlotte that one year.
Yeah, that was a that was nuts. That was a crazy ride for that 15 right there too. Wow. Oh my. Well, nonetheless, we find ourselves under caution here for only the second time other than the 2 stage-ending cautions. So these drivers going to have a chance to reset, regroup. We'll see if we can't let these drivers pit if they're going to pit. Then maybe possibly get a word in with your stage number 2 winner, Robert Duvendak. Duvendak also one of those 3 inductees to the OP Racing Hall of Fame first class this year. So big shout out to Duvendak for that accomplishment. First and foremost, he can be a Hall of Famer for the rest of his life now, but we'll wait and see what the drivers at the front of the field do, and it looks like most of them are going to come to pit road, so we'll let them get on pit road. Then we'll see if we can't catch in a quick word or two with Robert Duvendak. We're going to step away for a brief one, here on Turn 3 Racing Network. Don't go anywhere, ladies and gentlemen. We will be right back. Back trackside here at Daytona International Speedway. Looks like a little bit of issues, but we're okay. No worries, no harm, no foul. Field all going to get grouped back up together. Was going to see if we couldn't get a word in real quick with the driver that won stage number 2, Robert Duvendak, but unfortunately drivers got the one to go right here. So actually, no, we do not have the one to go. We're going to go around one more time. So let's see if we can't dial up that 10 of Robert Duvendak. Dan, I believe you may have that radio channel and be able to dial him up. So let's see if we can get the winner of stage number 2 on the horn.
Robert Duvendak, it's Dave and Dano up in the booth. You got your ears on, pal.
Yes, sir. How you guys doing tonight?
I'm well. How's that race car feeling so far?
Oh, it's feeling great right now. Just hoping to keep it clean the rest of this race.
Right on, right on. Congratulations on your stage 2 win as well as your last week race win. What's your strategy going forward here? Are we going to pit early? Can you let that cat out of the bag just yet?
Oh, come on. You know I can't let that cat out of the bag.
It's worth a try, worth a try.
Yeah.
Right.
No, we're just going to stay here, try to survive. I think from here on to the end, it's going to get a little wild. So we're going to just try to survive here, be there at the end like last week, and see if we can repeat.
Very, very good. Are you going to look for a couple teammates here coming to this the finish of this race?
I don't need any teammates. I just got my Alliance boys. That's all we need.
There you go. That's what I like to hear. A team man, Dave.
Yeah, I just want to give a big shout out for the hair in the profile picture, man. That is looking sharp.
You like that? My little boy looks
sweet.
amazing.
That is sweet, my man. Good job. Congratulations on your stage win. Elbows up. Good luck. Anybody you want to give a shout out to before we let you go?
Yeah, thanks to you guys coming out again this week and doing this for us and the rest of the season. Thank all the guys at Alliance for working together here this race and every week. Thank my wife, and let's thank all the guys that are here at OP having a good race tonight.
All right, well, there you have it, Dan. Duvendak geared up, ready to go, fired up, ready to try to tackle the rest of this race. So we will rejoin the front of the field. There you see a little bit of an in-car shot also with that driver of the Ford machine. Back the blue. Batman himself, Mark Mann, gonna lead the race for the first time here tonight. Field halfway down the backstretch, getting ready to go back. Green flag racing when we hit lap number 65.
The 84 car there, Dave. He's a lurking. I'd hate to throw out the announcer's curse, man, but I've got a good feeling about that 84 car tonight.
Aspen, brother, when it all goes bad, just remember he said it, not me. Yes, I absolutely threw you under the bus. Absolutely. Wasn't
you
me.
didn't throw me under. You were driving it, Dave.
Well, I mean, somebody had to back up.
Let's hope our good buddy Aspen there doesn't do any backing up and can keep that car right where he sits and make a late race charge here toward the front.
As the pace truck ducks off field, gets the green flag once again here at Daytona International Speedway for the turn 3 250 here. Man, oh man, been a great night so far. Great start out there by Travis Elliott, Josh Milam in tow. They're going to drop down to the bottom lane. Logan Hilton, the kid, going to slot in just in front of Mark Manso. Man, not with a great start. Dropped from the top spot all the way to fourth now as the field begins to get a little bit more organized on that outside lane. Slowly surging forward. Looks like Helton looked to go to that outside lane. Not going to do it just yet. The double O of Rob Connors will lead that pack into turn 3.
That car looking strong out front again, Dave. Saw him late last weekend in Talladega. I wonder if he's made some changes to that car to allow him to be able to keep that front spot there.
Yeah, and I'm sure there's a few changes. A lot of people think you can bring the exact same cars, and although you may hear it on TV, oh, we brought the car that one yada yada from Daytona, bringing it to Talladega and vice versa, it's not the same car. It may be the same chassis, but bodywork and aero is a little bit different, slightly, maybe millimeters, micrometers, whatever you want to call them, but they're not the same car. I just want to let you guys know that.
Can't ever trust what you hear on TV.
But I mean, if it's on Facebook, it's true.
Right.
Absolutely true. Travis Elliott continuing to lead the field. Rob Connors now surging forward in that outside lane right there. Not able to get there just yet. Trying a little bit of side draft, trying to pull that inside lane back to them, slow their momentum down just a little bit. Goes a little bit wider off the turn two, trying to get a run down the backstretch. Not going to be able to be there just yet. Still side by side with the 7 of Josh Milam to the outside road. Not quite getting the job done just yet, but we've still got a very long way to go.
Yeah, just a little over 30 laps here to go, and these guys are going to try to settle in. We should see some pit stops and stuff from these guys here in about probably 10, 12 laps, I would say. Probably a few guys in the back going to come to pit road, see if they can make a late race charge to the front.
Yeah, and usually don't do it too much, especially at a super speedway, but I just want to show the viewers how close these drivers are in the speeds they are running. Going to throw up one of our little battle boxes up here for the third position. As you see there, Booth, Hilton, Harrington, all right there, and look at that. Hundredths of a second separate Booth from Hilton and Hilton back to Harrington. Drivers, look at that speed. 214 miles an hour for Daniel Harrington right now in his 82. So, I mean, these cats are moving.
They like to move it.
Oh, they moving it for sure. And you better move or get out the way.
Absolutely. 214 mile an hour for a car in the draft. That's pretty fast when you're, like you said last week, an eyelash between you and the guy. The guy in the front spoiler.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna throw it up there just to give you an idea. 214 miles an hour around the fifth place, and it's right there, top 3, all running 212 miles an hour into turn number 3, side by side, 7-8 rows deep. I mean, that is racing.
I wonder if race control actually put the restrictor plates on these guys today.
I don't know if they did or if it's a new package. I don't know, but these guys absolutely moving out there, man.
Flying.
If they stuck boards out of the cars, I bet you they could. Whoa, big moment there for Connors. Oh, back in contact. A couple cars caught up in this one. Multiple cars off the racing surface. We stay green flag racing now. The caution looks like it may come out. David Booth, Rob Connors, both involved in this one. We'll take a look real quick, as I believe we still green flag racing.
Yeah, it looked like a lot of those guys went into the infield grass there and got off the racing surface.
And you could hear it in my voice watching the replay, the ooh that came out of my mouth. That was some pretty hard impact for that 77 of David Booth. Tough break for him, but we stay green flag racing, and we've got a 5-car breakaway now. Travis Elliott, Josh Milam, Logan Hilton, Daniel Harrington, as well as Andrew Schroeder up there in that top 5. So they've got a little bit of a gap. If the 3 drivers behind them, Hunter Reynolds, Mayer, as well as Mashburn, can stay lined up, they should be able to catch the tail end of this front pack.
Yeah, it looked like the 00 of Rob Connors had some trouble there, and kind of fell back a little bit, tried to get back in line and was not clear, and he just got down and fortunately collected a lot of other drivers with him there.
Yeah, and that's kind of one of the things here at a super speedway is you can wreck off of the racing surface, and because it's such a big track, sometimes the caution's not gonna come out, and we try to keep it at green as much as we can, and fortunately the officials deeming no real trouble on the track for the oncoming drivers as everybody gathered it up and headed in the right direction. So we stayed under green flag conditions. The drivers continue to click them off here. We're getting down to the nitty gritty, man. They're going to have to hit pit road very soon as well. So we've got the end of the race as well as green flag pit stops right on our doorstep.
I love green flag pit stops. Hearing that car shift down right at the entry to pit lane, there's nothing better than hearing that backfire.
I don't know. I really like the takeoffs. I mean, restarts are phenomenal. To see them restart at different tracks too, like go to Martinsville and listen to the way they come up through the gears, and then listen to them when they come here to Daytona. The growl is so different. It's amazing that it's the same horsepower, but it's just tuned a little bit differently, and it is. Yeah, I'd say that's probably my best part of being at the race.
I love all forms of racing either way. Coming from the dirt track world, I love the restarts in dirt track world because anything can really happen. A guy could slide up and get into a car on the outside and then wreck the whole field. But for me, got to be that downshift on pit lane in the super speedway. From 200 miles an hour down to around 60 for a pit road speed. That's I like to hear that pop 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 of that exhaust.
And as we said just moments ago, if Reynolds and Mayer could get up there and keep that sniff of the draft that they had, they would join that top 5 in this battle for the race lead. Now we've got 7 cars in that lead pack. We've got multiple drivers just a little bit behind them. It looks like about 4 or 5 cars. Holloway, English, Seabrands, Vega, Duvendak, all right there grouped with each other. The 8 of Cody Over just behind them. So if these drivers can somehow get sorted out single file, they may have a slight chance. If they hit pit road as soon as that fuel window opens, they may be able to jump or close the gap on this front pack, being led still by that 51 of Travis Elliott.
Yeah, Travis is looking very, very strong out front here.
As we take a look back at that second pack, being led by Dave Hunt in the 53 machine. He's in the 8th position. Holloway, English, Seabrands, Mashburn, Duvendak, all right there with him. Then we've got another 2 cars way back from them, about 18 seconds back actually from the race leader, Aspen Belvin, Randall Cobb. They find themselves as I guess the dark horse duo out there now at this point in time, way behind the rest of the field. Rob Connors, Mark Mann, Eric Carline, those drivers caught up in that latest incident. They're still, however, on the lead lap. So a lot of things could change here as green flag pit stops loom.
Travis Elliott pulled out a line about half a lap ago and went right to the tail end of this lead pack. I wonder if he had an issue or if he's trying to conserve fuel, maybe?
It may be a strategy, too. You're right here with these top 7, right? You've got a 3 1.5, almost second lead to the pack behind you. So if you hit pit road, you know you're going to come out and be grouped somewhere around the same cars or the same number of cars. A few of the drivers behind you may elect to try to come down pit road and pick you up as well. But look to see if he doesn't try to make a run here just to get timing. I mean, you don't know what you can do until you try it. So look for maybe one of these drivers to try to see if it's one lap they need, a lap and a half, because they're all going to pit here in about the next 4 or 5 laps. Everybody's going to get right around that 20 lap to go mark before they hit pit road. So I don't think any of these drivers really on the field strategy just yet.
I wonder if it's more of a mental thing for him to where he wanted to just be somewhere where he felt comfortable.
And it could be just positioning himself for these green flag pit stops. Like you said, maybe he's a little bit more comfortable seeing where the cars are coming onto pit road in front of him, as opposed to having to worry about the car in front of you and the cars behind you entering pit road at full speed. Because, I mean, you roll a car up from 200 miles an hour to 60, and you tell me how scary that is.
I imagine it's pretty scary.
Yeah, I mean, there's no way I could do it. I'd probably wreck every time.
I don't want to do it.
I mean, here, not so bad. I don't have to pay the bill, but, you know, that's a whole nother ball game. Field coming through 3 and 4, back towards the tri-oval, being led by the 7 of Josh Milam. Daniel Harrington right there in that 82 just behind him. Andrew Schroeder, haven't talked about him very much here tonight, but 23 positions gained for that 47 machine. So he has came from way deep in the field. He's made up over half of the field here today. He's passed over half of the field. That's getting the job done. Falling now to 5th spot, even further back as he ducked out of line that inside lane. Going to pretty much freight train him, but he's going to be able to get back down the line here very shortly, probably right there behind.
He may tuck in Travis Elliott here. Tuck in behind Travis.
I went completely blank. I was staring at it and I was going, is that Elliott? Or is that, who is that? Yeah, thank God I went to the eye doctor this week as well. So here by the end of the week, come next week, I'll have the contacts and glasses on, guys. Maybe that'll help me out. I know I've got the binoculars up here in the Turn 3 Racing Network booth, but you know how it is. Hey, big shout out, KR Stolfus. What's up? The outlaw, the ghost himself, checking in on the live chat. Do appreciate you coming out and checking in here tonight, KR. And absolutely, it has been a ton of fun here tonight. Great racing action all over. Miss you out there on track, bud. Hope you get your pedals fixed soon. And yeah, with that being said, Dan, we've entered that fuel window. These drivers are in their fuel window now, so look for these front 7 to pit any lap now.
I would expect these guys to come in and do some right sides and fill up on fuel and try to make a run towards the end. Just for the simple fact that they're going to have a quicker pit stop and be able to get out there and get in front. Being in front is going to be key at the end of this race.
We'll see. Here's the next thing. As Milam, Reynolds, Mayer, Elliott, Schroeder all on pit road. Daniel Harrington and Logan Helton getting left out to dry. The rest of the drivers behind him, Rick Seabrand's on pit road, Anthony English, Daniel Holloway, Robert Duvendat. My goodness, a lot of cars going down pit road. Daniel Harrington, Logan Helton, they're going to elect to stay out. Dave Hunt, no real help from him. He's about 5 seconds behind your top 2 now. So, man, getting caught out here could spell a disaster for Harrington and Helton.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to be able to tandem draft their way. Excuse me. Up toward the front here once these pit cycles come to fruition. I don't think they're going to be able to hold that. Double wide draft there.
Yeah, and they actually hit pit road that time by being joined by Dave Hunt, also on pit road this time by. And now we're taking a look back through the field at the drivers that have already made their final pit stop. And Aspen Belvin is leading this pack. He's got Randall Cobb, Josh Milam also right there, Hunter Reynolds, as well as James Mayer being scored right there in 8th position. We'll let timing and scoring kind of sort its way out. Once again, now Aspen Belvin going down pit road. Helton still leading the field right now, so, oh man, I don't know.
It's up in the air at this point. I don't know who to cheer for.
I don't know who is where. Randall Cobb now, he's coming around with a full head of steam. I think this is going to be where the lead of the race is determined. Right here between these two drivers, Randall Cobb. Not Randall Cobb, I apologize. Yes, Randall Cobb. I'll get it right one of these times. He's in front of Logan Helton, but just behind him, the lap down machine of Doug Rice is right on his rear bumper. Now they're going to hit pit road. Strategy is everywhere, and ladies and gentlemen, I am lost.
I am just as lost as you, Dave.
I don't know who is where anymore. Timing and scoring's telling me Josh Milam is in the lead of the race, but he's the third car here on this inside lane. Just behind, I believe that's Derek Conley that he's behind, as well as Dave Hunt. I don't know who is where right now. This is amazing. Green flag pit stops have got the field absolutely all over the place. Milam and Hunter Reynolds are your race leaders, though, right there behind a few drivers trying to stay on the lead lap. Logan Helton somehow went down with just one other car, has latched on to the back of Mark Vega, and he finds himself just a few seconds right at the 1 second mark off of your race leaders. Now looking to the inside, trying to sniff the draft on that back end of Hunter Reynolds. He's going to close the distance now. So now your top three all within 1/10 of a second, but in some lap traffic.
Yeah, in some lap traffic. Let's hope these guys can keep pace here and don't hold these leaders up.
And that's actually Derek Connolly and Will Weber, both of those very good drivers. Oh, big moment there for Hunter. Sideways, what a save, Wheelman right there.
Absolutely, what a save by him.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, fans, friends, family watching, that's how you become a Hall of Famer. Being that sideways and saving it, my God.
Wow. I would have been in the Denny's parking lot getting a grand slam after that, Dave.
I believe there is a Denny's right across the road, actually.
I did. I saw it on the way in.
Making a move around another slower car. Looks like that 27 machine off the pace just a little bit. Derek Connolly still being scored on the lead lap, I believe. Actually, no, he is being scored one lap down, as well as Will Weber. So they were being shown 2 laps down. They've gotten 1 lap down now. Logan Helton, he's pushing the envelope. A little bit of damage on that rear end, but he's taking the outside and trying to go to the front.
I was just consulting with our statistician here, and we were speaking about the lighting earlier of Daytona. Dave, did you know that this track uses 3.5 million watts of power per hour?
So that's 1,500 megajoules.
Yeah. Flux capacitors and inverted phase arrays and things like that. That's a lot of power, buddy.
I did not know that.
There are 430 infield and pit road light poles.
I'm glad they got somebody else to count that, because I would have messed that all up.
Yeah, you only go up to 12. We know.
If you're lucky. If you're lucky.
Depends on which 3 fingers you can hold up on your left hand.
Exactly. As we're having a good time here in the Turn 3 Racing Network booth, drivers out there getting themselves ready for the final run to the end of tonight's Turn 3 250 here from Daytona International Speedway. And just want to keep in mind, want to keep your memory fresh, going to throw it up for you to look at for just a brief moment. This is round number 2 here at Daytona International Speedway next Monday night. Drivers gonna visit the Legacy Daytona, the bumpy old racing surface, and that is going to put on even more action, even more of a show. Then we'll head back to Talladega for round number 4. So do keep coming back week in and week out and joining us here on Turn 3 Racing Network for all of your OP Racing Super Speedway Cup, presented to you by 4X Graphics. Man, Dano, I am glad I got you in the booth with me this year, and it is going to be one heck of a year, as you can already tell. This is only race number 2, and we've had great racing action all night long.
Dave, I am definitely glad to be here. I'm glad these drivers are on this racetrack. The weather could not be any more perfect. We've got about, working lap 91 here, got about 9 laps to go. These guys are going tooth and nail, door to door, bumper to bumper. I am just so excited to be here. I can't wait for the rest of the season.
And we've had 2 and 3 wide battles here today. 3 wide, not so much for very long here today. Drivers keeping it a little bit calmer, being a little bit more level-headed maybe, and sticking to mainly 2 wide, but we have seen little brief moments and flashes of that 3 wide as Derek Connolly and Will Weber still lead this pack of race leaders. Josh Milam, Logan Hilton, Hunter Reynolds, all right there. And, oh, contact with the outside wall. We're going to go under caution. Milam sideways through the trio, saves it.
How?
Oh, my goodness.
Wow.
I do not know how he saved that, but Daniel Harrington, tough break for him, trouble. He's going to bring out our latest caution. We'll take a look on the replay up the track and into the 00. I believe that, no, that is the 02 of David Overstreet that was caught up as well in that one. Tough break for, oh, looks like David Booth going over down there on the end of pit road. Whew. That was some tough impact to watch from a few of the drivers out there. And Dan, you know what this does? That takes that strategy and throws it right out of the window. You've got 9 laps to go here under caution. I can bet you money everybody's going to come down, get 4 fresh tires and fuel, or, I mean, maybe at least right side tires and fuel, but you're going to have enough to cover yourself for all 3 green-white checkers. So, if you're at the front like Helton and Milam and Mayer, I mean, why not come to pit road? I mean, you've got such a lead already, 3-4 seconds already over the next drivers. Come to pit road, top off, get your tires, and then dash for cash, basically.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? It's that time. Gonna have an unofficial green-white checkered, basically.
It's go time, Dave. These guys have got to make a choice, and like you said, you might as well call waste management and have them pick up your race strategy, because it is just flat out going to the trash can right now.
You can just get the jet dryers out for mine, because if it don't come back in victory lane, there's going to be parts that you just blow off the racetrack. Well, going to give the drivers a minute to think about the strategy with their crew chiefs. Not going to break in on anybody. Nah, I guess we won't go to a commercial break. What do you say we just stick right here and just have a little fun, I guess?
I like it. I like fun. Fun's fun.
Well, it depends on what kind of fun is fun.
My idea of fun is, let's go out and get a little white dimpled ball and hit it with a stick. Golf, Dave. Golf.
Is the other thing the Irish are famous for or known for involved with it?
Yeah. I mean, minus the fighting part.
Yeah, I'm all in then. I'm too old to fight, man. I'll break some.
Both. Yeah. I'll break a lot of things. I don't even need to fight to break things. I mean, I'm kind of old, so,
Yeah. Tough getting old, isn't it?
It is. It's a little rough. Things don't quite bend or twist the way they used to. I roll out of bed in the morning and I pop 3 or 4 times before my feet even hit the floor. It's rough. It's rough, Dave. It's rough.
That it is, and I tell you what's gonna be rough for the kid. He's gonna restart this race in first place inside row. He's going to have to get one heck of a start and defend like no other. There's a lot of people would say being in that position at the end of a race is where they want to be, and I beg to differ. I don't want to be in that first row, period, on a restart late in the race here at a super speedway. I want to be maybe second row, third row back so I can get some of that momentum, so I can really use the run. If you're in first, I mean, what can you do besides block?
There's not a whole lot you can do other than just defend yourself. You know, I think back to Mel Gibson and We Were Soldiers and Sam Elliott. You know, gentlemen, prepare to defend yourselves. You know, I can only imagine that the only thing going through the kid's head right now is don't miss a shift, don't spin the tires. You know, I mean, that's got to be what he's saying to himself right now. I'm sure his crew chief's in the ear saying, you know, calm down, let's keep it cool, let's make a nice restart here, and let's get this race win. But like you said, I'd rather be in the catbird seat all the way.
Yeah, I hate to get off subject coming to green flag, but that is a great movie. Great movie.
One of my favorites.
I believe I warped the DVD watching it just over and over and over. But that's another story, another time. We've got something for you to watch right now to keep you occupied. Logan Hilton gonna bring the field back to the green flag this time. Chevy Silverado gonna turn left, get out the way. Ooh, a little bit of bumping action already before the pace car gets out of the way. Drivers anxious to go here. We cross the line, green flag flies, and we've got, I believe it's going to be just 6 laps remaining here in the turn 3 250. Helton on the inside, Milam on the outside. Big run from Milam, help from James Mayer. Caution comes out. A lot of drivers involved in this one. Randall Cobb, Derek Conley involved as well. Looks like maybe a misshift or something gone bad here back in the back. Looking, drivers checking up, and it was just in front of them that it happened. Let's take another look here, see if we can't see that one. Randall Cobb, oh, sideways. I believe that may have been Dave Hunt that went sideways. Cobb and a lot of drivers involved and caught up in this one.
Yeah, it looks like he just kind of got bent out of shape there and sent himself sailing.
Yeah, unfortunately, the driver, Dave Hunt, the 53, got a little bit loose into the side of Randall Cobb, and then chaos and carnage for a lot of drivers. Sean Stevens, Doug Rice, Daniel Harrington, Dave Hunt, Alex Green, Aspen Belvin, Jimmy Reynolds, all involved in this latest incident. Hate to see that this late in the race. And I believe, Dan, that's going to give us our very first green-white checkered. This won't be a unofficial one. I think this one will be our first attempt at a green-white checkered.
I believe there's 3 attempts, Dave. Correct me if I'm wrong. 3?
That is correct. I can count that high.
They made that just for you. You know
they did. They did. That's why they stopped it there. They were like, we got to watch out for Dave. Sometimes.
We gotta watch out for Dave. Yeah, sometimes. Got to give him the benefit of the doubt when we can.
Yeah, little brother finally got to follow along, huh? Having fun up here in the Turn 3 Racing Network booth. And I tell you what, let's see, because I believe Logan Hilton's going to stay out. Let's see if we can't get in a word or two with the no longer rookie Hilton at a Checkered Flag Motorsports. Hilton doing a great job all race long. Let's see if we can't dial him up real quick. Hey, Logan, it's Dave and Dan in the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Hey, bud, I know we're breaking in on you here just a little bit, but the field's under caution. Want to get your thoughts going forward here, as it looks like we're going to have our first attempt at a green-white checker. How's the fuel? How's the tires? How you feel?
I feel pretty good. I know I got a lot of FSR around me, but just like I did in that championship race last season, all I got to do is just do the best I can. I think I have a chance at a win. If not a win, definitely a top 3.
All right, my man. Well, I know you're a man of short words, and you stay concentrated and focused in, but before we let you go, would you like to give any shout-outs, thank yous, love yous before you strap the belts tight and get ready to go?
just thanks to my family, friends watching, and thanks to my team, Checker Flag Motorsports.
All right, well, there you have it. A man of very few words. He's right to the point, precise, focused all the time. The kid, Logan Helton, leading the field here as we come back to the line under caution. And field going to get ready for this first attempt at a green-white checker, Dan.
I think you made the kid nervous, Dave.
No, he's I tell you what, we coined, or a lot of the drivers in OP coined Rick Seabrand's the Richard Petty of OP Racing. I'm gonna go ahead and coin Logan Helton the Ryan Blaney of OP Racing. He's a fast young driver, and he's pretty just monotone. You don't really hear too much excitement or disappointment from him, whether he wins the race or falls just short. He's always just very even keel, just very impressive.
That's not a bad trait to have for a race car driver, to be honest with you. You know, I mean, it's down to business when he needs to be, and just kind of calm, cool, and collective, and that's what makes great race car drivers.
Yeah, I mean, I'd probably have to mix him with a few other drivers, because I mean, he's almost always there at the end of the race as well. So, I mean, he's got a little bit of Kevin Harvick style too, I guess you would say, or maybe Matt Kenseth, just like, where did he come from? But now he's here, and we've got to deal with him. The kid, always fast, so we'll keep our eye on him as he brings the field back to restart the race. Man, it is going to be an absolute barn burner. We're going to step a little bit further away from the track, try to bring in a little bit more of the action with some of our higher cameras here at Turn 3 Racing Network. If you haven't already, scroll down through the description. Check out Esteban over there at the Track Cams link. Great shots out there, whether it's the cars or the tracks, and he's got them for anything you can possibly think of here on iRacing. But, Dan, that pace truck fixing to duck off.
It's going to be a slugfest, Dave. I love slugfests.
Pace truck on pit road, field to the restart box. On the gas is the kid, and we're back. Green flag racing for our first attempt at a green-white checker. Josh Milam now moving to the outside. He's got help from Mayer. That outside lane, nose to tail. A little bit of a gap between Helton and Reynolds. Reynolds right there now on his rear bumper. Just behind him, the 51 of Travis Elliott. Outside lane moving backwards just slightly as they work their way halfway down the backstretch.
Hunter Reynolds in that 26 car right there behind the kid. He's looking pretty strong, your Stage 1 winner.
And our Stage 2 winner looking strong as well. Third car outside lane. Robert Duvendak's got the 10 moving towards the front. We're coming to the line this time by to get the white flag. The kid sees the white flag in hand. Big push by Reynolds on Helton. Helton a little bit out of shape. Now a big block coming into turn number 1.
Hunter Reynolds hitting the outside line there just in front of Josh Milam. Sweet move by him. But there's my 51 car, Dave. Travis Elliott. He is right up in this mix again.
Yeah, right there in the mix now. 2-3 wide. Not just at the front. Look behind them. They're 3-4 wide. Contact. One car into the outside wall almost. My goodness. Racing everywhere. 2-3 wide. Now looking at the front of the field. Logan Helton. Big block on Travis Elliott. That 22 right behind them. Cars fanning out 2-3 wide. Coming to the line. Helton guarding that double yellow into the stripe. The kid goes to victory lane. Big crash behind him. Wow. Oh, my.
That was almost an instant replay of last week.
All I can do is, whew. Man, that.
Woo.
I don't think I took a breath calling that the end of that one right there. That was some intense stuff. Great job by the kid to keep Travis Elliott behind him. And look at the rookie, that 22, going up there grabbing that final podium spot. Rick Seabrand's going by, your race winner, giving him a little bit of a love tap. Now Travis Elliott right there on the bumper. A little bit of congratulations and games going on with him as well. Great job by all of the drivers here tonight. Great job by Logan. The kid Helton walking away with the race win. We're going to step away from the track for just a brief moment, set things up for your post-race interview. So as we watch the kid get ready to burn it down for just a moment, we're going to step away, come back to the track. Don't go anywhere, ladies and gentlemen. We will be, well, right back. Backtrack side, thanks each and every one of you for sticking with us all race long. And if you did, you seen some great racing action all race long, especially coming to the end under green, white, checkered conditions. Great job out there by all of the drivers. We'll see if we can't get in a word with the driver that finished in the third position out there tonight, the 22, the rookie of Ben Mashburn. It's Dave and Dan in the booth. You got a copy, bud?
Hey, how's it going, guys?
Doing pretty good. How about yourself, man? Great race. Tell us about it.
I appreciate it. Got a big run there at the end. Was kind of riding the low line there, and I don't know what happened to the high line. It seems like they lost all momentum right there on the restart, and we just stayed in it there at the bottom, was able to carry it all the way through the end.
Well, man, looking out at that 22 machine, looks like you got Stark Industries on the side of it. So can we expect some super powerful, like Iron Man type stuff coming up in the next coming weeks?
That's the plan, man. Get my Cole Custer on, see if a rookie can't win a race here, and see if we can't ride it all the way out through the season.
Heck yeah, man. I hear you right there. That's the way to look at it. And great job out there tonight, walking away with a top 3. Before we let you go and enjoy the rest of the evening, would you like to give any shout-outs, thank yous, love yous, anything like that?
I really just appreciate the guys putting the league on. You guys broadcasting, you guys do a great job. The admins do a great job. So I really just appreciate getting a call up here to Monday nights. It's been fun. I appreciate it.
All right, bud. We'll look out for some more great finishes for you through the rest of the season.
Appreciate it, guys.
There you have it. A few words from the driver finishing in that third position here tonight. And I believe, Dan, I think you've had enough time to finally run down the fast Travis Elliott. So we'll let you grab a few words with the driver finishing in second here today.
Hey, Travis, it's Dave and Dano in the booth. How you feeling, pal?
Oh, nothing like getting second place 2 weeks in a row.
Hey, man, you had a strong run today. 100 miles or 100 laps is a long way. You were up front most of the way. How does the stages affect the way you ran this race tonight?
Really, you just kind of got to plan around pit stops with your team and what other people are doing, and just conserving your tires as much as you can, because taking tires on pit stops just takes way too long around here, especially when you have people going over 200 miles an hour pushing together. And just strategizing with your team really to keep the group together and keeping your nose clean during the race.
That sounds good. Keeping your nose clean is definitely one of the ways to go. Finishing second week in a row. How long are we until we're going to see you in victory lane?
I don't know. Last year it took me like 8 races, but I'm having a lot better start of the season. We have a great group of guys over at Vapid Eat Racing, and hopefully it just gets better and better. I think we had another car that finished top 10, almost top 5, and we're just making strides to get the team up in the standings.
Fantastic. Just keep that confidence high. Great drive tonight, man. Do you have anybody you'd like to thank on the back end of that 51 WeMac machine?
I want to thank my teammates over at Vapid Eat Racing. Big shout out to Chase Berry, who's not here right now due to some family stuff that's going on, and just big shout out to him, and shout out to Aspen for making this awesome WeMac paint scheme that looks great around here at the Daytona International Speedway at night.
I love it, buddy. Just for a little information for you, the Sun King Brewery is right up the road from my house, so I'll make sure to have them guys send you some free WeMac.
It's about a 15-minute drive from me, so.
Beautiful. Well, good luck next week, and hopefully we'll see you on the top end of that podium, sir.
Hopefully, that's the plan.
All right, there you have it. Words from the driver finishing in the second position, but let's not waste any more of his valuable time. The man of the hour walking away with the race win. Very calm under caution, but Logan Helton got the job done. Logan, it's Dave in the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Hey, my man. I hope you don't mind this comparison. I mentioned to Dan that you remind me a lot of Ryan Blaney. Very young driver, tons and tons of talent, and you're just very even keel. Doesn't matter when we come to you in the race, you've always got your focused. You're always not overly excited, if that makes sense. You always got just a nice even temperament, and man, that's what you needed on that final restart. Great job. Threw a little bit of a block, but it worked out for you, and then drove to the finish line. So great job, man.
Yeah, thank you. I'll take a Ryan Blaney compliment. That's pretty cool. But yeah, just I knew I had to throw some sort of block, not as much as I was doing for that championship race last season, but I knew I just had to slow him down a little bit, and then just try and get a push to the end. And thanks to the I think Ben Mashburn, who pushed me to the end there.
Well, man, I mean, you did everything you needed to do to get that cystic fibrosis foundation 63 machine to the front of the field and then to victory lane. Logan, congratulations on yet another win to add to your already vast collection of wins here in the OP Racing Superspeedways. And I know it's a little bit early to talk championship with you, but now that you're already locked in, does this change your mentality moving forward? Is it going to be all about stage points, or are you going to be looking to maybe help a few of your teammates get themselves locked in?
I don't think it really changes my mindset right now, because it's still so early in the season, and we just need to take consistent finishes so we can get good points nights. But again, being locked in, it's not always that much about points. So, but it's good to know if I don't get a win and later on rounds that I can rely on my points. So I'll definitely be going for as many stage points as I can. Maybe with this win, it'll make me risk a little bit more to try and get those stage points. But I think right now it's definitely trying to get some more wins for myself and my team so they can all get locked in. But yeah, that's pretty much. Yeah, my mindset it's not going to change that much with this.
All right. Well, once again, I mean, just proving what I said. Very even-keeled, level-headed, and never too big to just be humble in the moment, man. Logan, it's been a pleasure talking to you tonight. Great race win out there for you. Before we let you go and celebrate, would you like to give any more shout-outs, thank yous, love yous?
Yeah, just thanks to my friends and family who watch the race every single night. Thanks to my team at Checker Flag Motorsports. Thanks to you guys for putting on the broadcast and everybody at the league that puts this on. Shout out to the Cystic Fibrosis Foundation, my sponsors RGC Media and East Bay Landscaping, and yeah, I think that's it.
All right, my man. Well, once again, congratulations, and we'll see you next week right back here at the old style Daytona.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
There you have it. Final words from your race winner, the kid, Logan Helton, putting his 63 machine back into victory lane. My goodness, Dan, it has been one heck of a night here from Daytona International Speedway.
Dave, I'm tired. That wore me out.
Absolutely. I feel your pain. And man, I mean, we've seen a little bit of everything here tonight. We've seen some 2-wide racing, some 3-wide racing. We've seen some blocking, big pushing. Pit strategy came into play. We've seen some penalties bite some drivers. We've seen fuel mileage. We've seen drivers run out there in at the end of stage number 2. So, I mean, just everything you could want in a race pretty much all wrapped up in one night. I mean, what more could you really want?
You really can't ask for more than that. You know, we used every bait in the tackle box today to get these fish on the bank, you know, and hats off to all the drivers. You know, I think they're really finally getting settled in here. Second race of the season, you know, going to Legacy Daytona next week. I think we're going to see another barn burner next week, and I'm really, really looking forward to that.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it myself, and as I hear the music beginning and in the background, the bells tolling, it's time to run down your unofficial race results as they finished here tonight. Throw it up on screen for you real quick. There you see it, the kid, Logan Helton, at the top of the charts. He's going to walk away with that race win. Travis Elliott going to finish in second. Third place, the rookie, Ben Mashburn. The 4 of Hunter Reynolds going to come in. Well, not the 4. He's the 26. He finished in 4th. Rick Seabrands in the 4. Going to end up in 5th. Aspen Belvin drove his 84 machine to a top 6th spot. The 7 of Josh Milam going to slot home in 7th. James Mayer going to walk away in 8th. 9th will be Daniel Holloway. Rounding out your top 10. Hey, what do you know? It's the 10 of Robert Duvendak.
In the 11th position, the 53 of Dave Hunt. 12th position of Andrew Schroeder. 11 of Mark Mann in the 04 machine. The 14th position, watched him all night, at the 40 of Anthony English. 15th position, 82 of Dan Harrington. 16th of Cody Ober. 17th, Randall Cobb. 18, the 77 machine of David Booth. Probably not the result he was looking for. He was strong all night. 19th position, 28 of Derek Conley. 20th position, 62 of Les Levy.
Yeah, the 19 of Eric Carline gonna walk away in 21st. 22nd will be the 00 of Rob Connors. Will Weber in his 24 machine finishing in the 23rd position. Dustin Barber, 24th. 25th will be Jeff Wyatt. Alex Green will see himself finish in the 26th spot as Sean Stevens walks away 27th. 28th will be the driver of that 35 machine with the purple Hoosier tire paint, Doug Rice. Jimmy Reynolds in the 17 going to finish in 29th, and 30th will be the 18 of Mark Vega.
31st position, 02 of David Overstreet, 32nd to 44th of Rodney Cobb, 44 of Rodney Cobb, excuse me. 33rd position, 78 of Donald Stewart. 34th, 16 of Jimmy Crow. 35th, the 91 of Ernie Williams. 36th position, the 151 of Rick Greenway. Rounding out your field, last but not least, the 39 of Jamie Jessup.
And man, that was it. That's all there is to do for the official business. But before we do want to give a big shout out to each and every one of you, the fans, the friends, the family, the viewers, stopping by here each and every night here on Turn 3 Racing Network, whether it's myself, Darkside Dave in the Cave, and my good buddy Dan with me here with the OP Racing SuperSpeedway Cup Series, or any of the other guys back at Turn 3 Racing Network. We do appreciate each and every time you join us. And well, last but not least, big shout out, Race Control here tonight. Cody Eldred getting the job done, keeping all the guys straight out there on track under cautions in the stage end. So big shout out to him and the job that he does. And well, it's been a heck of a night, a fun run once again, and we'll see you next time. Stay safe, stay loved.